Emoji 2 TV High School Remix Show. I'm Coach Danzy alongside with my partner, Coach Fuller. Coach, the sectionals are upon us, and we're thick into it, Coach. What do you got?
We've been waiting for this moment all of our lives. So we were waiting for this moment.
Yes, sir.
We've been covering games all year,
Yeah.
and we couldn't wait till we get sectional playoff time. And thankful for us, we was able to get more coverage, extend our coverage to the B's.
Yes,
you know what I mean?
yes,
A little bit,
yes.
catch a couple of C's.
Yes,
you know what I mean?
yes.
A's, all that. So we kind of, expanding our territory and our horizon this year.
Right.
And it's paying dividends because we out there seeing a lot of young talent, getting it in and getting it going. So it's been a pleasure, Coach, and I'm looking forward to the conclusion of this season as we move along.
That's right, Coach. Let's go right into the weekend review, Coach. And our first game up that we sportcast was LaSalle versus Schenectady in a double-A first round matchup. And Coach, LaSalle wins that 66-54 over the Schenectady Patriots. Connor Seipel with 15 points and Jayon White with 19 points, Coach. We sportcast that game, and we were fascinated at both performances by both teams.
Absolutely, Coach. And what I would say with LaSalle came out on their home gym, on that crowd, you know what I mean? And they gave him a lot, even the DJ, like you said, they gave him a lot to dance about. You know what I'm saying, Coach?
That's right.
So early on, I looked at Sean DeSharon's. He came out. He had the eye of the tiger.
Yeah.
He was ready. He was ready to go. He was giving them instant offense. Lou Bogart got a little bit in there, started getting it going a little bit, and he was doing his thing, Coach. I mean, they came to play, and those guys, that cast of characters, got it going. They got it in, Coach.
Coach, what do you think about them sophomores? Coach had those three sophomores playing the majority of those minutes in the fourth quarter. Coach.
That's a fact, Coach. They had Gabe Lucarelli. I mean, Coach, he had 12 points?
Yes, he did.
He had 12 points for them. They had Jemai Evans. He had 8 points for them. Kalen Dixon, he had a couple points, but Kalen Morris was handling the ball, rebounding, distributing, giving extra possessions, and Jemai Evans blocking shots. He's getting more offensive polish down low.
Yes,
so we talked to the coach, and the coach said that he had a lot of more trust in the sophomores during the course of the season.
It's something we've been working towards. Our sophomores are very good players. They're going to be phenomenal over the next 2 years.
And it showed dividends. It paid dividends for him. And what more can you ask for when you got three sophomores who you can call upon in your program and start to give you meaningful minutes in a sectional game?
Yeah.
And Coach, I know you alluded to Connor Seipel.
Yes,
what can you say about that?
I like Connor Seipel, Coach. I mean, he's heady. You know what I mean? He's aggressive, tough-minded. You know, he can shoot that rock. I like his one dribble pull-up, Coach. That's probably one of the better ones I've seen all season.
That's a fact.
You know what I mean?
Along with probably Jordan King over CBA.
Yeah. He's definitely up there. You know what I mean? And I just enjoy, love seeing kids that can just score without taking so many dribbles. I mean, you don't need to dribble so much all the time. You know what I mean? So I just love seeing when players do that. And you also had DeSharon's, Coach. That's the guy you like.
Yes. I like Sean DeSharon, like I said.
You saw the tiger in his eyes in warm-up?
No, I think his first shot.
Okay.
Sometimes I do see it in warm-up.
Yeah.
His first shot, I said, this kid come ready to play.
Yeah.
So you got to give a lot of shout-out to Coach Dessel. His first year coach doing a fabulous job with that cadet program and having three sophomores, two of them was on our super sophomore list, is looking up for them.
That's right.
Looking very well. And on the other side of the ball, Coach, you couldn't take nothing from the Patriots. They were down a lot, with Hagray being out and also
Kareem Sanders, you know what I mean?
So they was up against a tall order. But what can you say about Jayon White, Coach?
Man, he gets it in. The lefty?
The lefty.
Oh, he got afterburners, Coach. That kid is fast, quick, and gets to the hole with so much explosiveness, Coach.
Yes, he does.
You know what I mean? So, I like him. His jump shot is sweet as well. A couple things he need to work on, but Coach, his stock is rising.
That's a fact, Coach. One thing I like about him is IQ.
Yeah.
High IQ kid.
Yes,
he didn't force a lot of things, and you would think with Hagray being out and Saunders being out, this kid would go, especially being young.
You're right.
Oh, it's all on me. I got to do me.
Right.
He played right with it himself. Still got other players involved.
Yes, he did.
I mean, you saw Keyshawn Cruz add a little bit.
Yes, he did. He played well.
He played well. Jayon Johnson.
Yes.
And like you alluded to, Chris Davis.
Oh, that kid, man. He's a sophomore, Coach.
Another sophomore. Wow.
That dude played like he played on varsity all year. The poise he had, the patience.
Yeah.
And then knocking down. He didn't score his first bucket till the second half, Coach. And he was knocking down threes like he been them all year.
Regularity.
Yes, sir.
He did 3 straight threes.
Yes, sir.
So big shouts out to Miller.
Yeah,
being
Coach
being undermanned like that and being able to go on LaSalle's home turf and give them something to think about.
That's not a easy place to win at either.
There
you know what
you
I mean?
go, Coach. So
shout out to them. All right, LaSalle will move on from that game, Coach. They make it past the first round. Congratulations to the cadets. All right, Coach, the next game that we covered, Coach, on our sportscast was Gibbons versus Watervliet. We had the Golden Knights versus the Cannoneers, Coach. And, the Watervliet, they came away with that. They won that big. Not much really to see here. But I was very impressed with both teams and some of the players they had on both of those teams. Watervliet obviously had about 5-6 guys that gets it in, and Gibbons had about 2 to maybe 2 in the possible. Yeah. He playing spades, you know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly.
But you give me your thoughts.
Oh, my thoughts right away is that I start off with the James Chestnut Jr. I mean, that junior guard, point guard that is, he knows how to man the ship. And you like a point guard who knows how to get other people involved and also can score. You know what I mean? And he's got nice size on him. He can score. And so he got it done. So he did a good job. And then what can we say about Messiah Mallory? Big boy inside. I mean,
intimidator. He can score inside easily.
Rim protector.
All that, Coach.
And he catch bangers, by the way.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I like the big fella, Coach. He just he got good footwork down there as well, too, Coach. So you got the upside with him as well.
That's a fact. And then you have Keon Crowley. This guy was stroking threes like it was nobody's business.
Oh, man, he knocked down 5 of those things.
He had 5 3-pointers, and he was just doing
Coach, you see the explosiveness on that inline with that power dunk he came down with?
Oh, man.
That was sweet.
Yes, it was. Boom. And you know what? You refer to, before I get to him, Beeson.
Yeah, Beeson, Coach. Quality guard. Yes.
Talk about him during this
yes, Coach. He's a quality guard, Coach. You can tell he can score in a variety of ways.
Right.
His handle is tight. That dude can skirt. I mean, he got the ability we talked about.
Yes,
you know what I mean?
Yes, he definitely has that.
He can score. He had a tough night, though. Getting right there, point blank range, and just rolling off.
Coming up short.
But you can tell, Coach, this guy got game. There's not even a question
about it. And then finally with that, the little big man, Marcel Robinson.
Yeah.
I mean, he gives them extra possessions.
Yeah.
And he's a small, scrappy player.
Right,
you know what I mean? That does all the dirty work for those guys and doesn't mind. So Watervliet Cannoneers, man, I like that squad. And they're a heavy junior-laden team.
Yeah.
So you got to look forward to them being relevant for the next couple of years and doing some really wonderful things out there and a great job out there by Coach Orlando DeBacco.
What do you think about Gibbons, Coach? The Gibbons players over there, Coach. You got Parker and you got Williamson, Coach. Those 2 guards right there, you can see flashes of some of their brilliance on the court. You know what I mean? So definitely. I like Parker's ability to handle the rock as well and get to the basket. Yep. And can score around the basket as well. They were just undermanned. They didn't have the size that can really compete.
I mean, when do you alluded Parker to about his ability to block shots?
Yes. It was a couple of times in that game, Coach. People were going up, and he was like by the rim, and this guy said, "No, just give me that." Yeah.
Not today.
Not today.
And the way he attacks with it and scores is crazy.
Yeah, Coach. Yeah,
he does an excellent job.
And you got Williamson. You like Williamson, Coach?
Yeah. I like Williamson, man. He got his foot on the gas pedal all the time.
Right.
And he doesn't let up.
Right.
He goes after. He puts a lot of pressure on the defense. And during that game, the coach sat him unceremoniously during a time where I thought that, you down by this many points. You might as well just empty the gun right now, it and let it go. Because that kid can get it in and he scored fast. He reminded me a little bit of LeVon Fernandez from Hudson.
Okay.
And how he can put on the gas pedal and goes after you, Coach.
He does. Well, Watervliet eventually prevails early in that game, Coach. They break the century mark, get over 100 points in that game against Gibbons. So they will advance to the next round as well. They did advance to the next round to play Mechanicville in that one too. So the next one that the sportscast, Coach, was Glens Falls, Johnstown, Coach. Glens Falls wins that game over Johnstown big, and you had Joe Girard, Coach, drop 48 points along with his cousin. He dropped 9. Joe Girard dropped 9 3-pointers, and his cousin dropped 6 3-pointers. Talk about that a little bit, Coach.
I mean, what happened really real quickly on that really was Johnstown came out in an extended 2-3. They tried to put a 2-3 way up to kind of put 2 people on Girard to no avail. So what they did early on, the reason why you saw Trenton get off was he was just content with finding Trenton. Trenton was on fire, he knocked down like his first 5 attempts from 3, and he knocked them all down. So now that stretches the floor, creates a little bit more space for Girard, then he started to go to work and do what he does. It was double teams thrown at him and everything else, and he was still able to elude the double team, whether getting inside to the basket because he could finish around the hole rather nicely, and he makes nice moves off the dribble, and then his ability to stroke from the volleyball line or whatever you call it was just ridiculous. That kid's a pure shooter.
Yes, Coach. Yes, sir, Coach. Glens Falls wins that 93-66, Coach. But over Johnstown. Johnstown. I have to mention, Coach, that kid Boyle for the Sir Bills of Johnstown was a fabulous player to watch. He dropped 29 points, Coach.
Yes.
You know what I mean? So what do you think about that?
Matt Boyle did an excellent job. I mean, he came and emptied whatever he had. And
Right.
he was like, I'm going to show you, no matter what is going on the other side of the court, I'm going to do me regardless. And whatever happens, just happens. But I'm going to leave here knowing I left it all on the court. And that's what that kid did.
Yep. Okay, Coach, we're going to move on to our next game that we sportscast. That was Schamont versus Schuylerville, Coach. And the Black Horses versus the Sabres. The Sabres eventually, prevailed in that game. They won it, 65-42, Coach. Shane Odell with 28 points, Coach. What can you say about this particular matchup?
Surgical. Shane Odell is surgical.
Right.
He surgically, methodically gets it done.
Right.
He doesn't do too much. He plays right within himself. He knows how to use that big frame of his.
Yeah.
So he gets inside. His jump shot wasn't falling so much. So, like you said, he gets it.
Right.
So he started to do other things.
Right,
and
right.
So this kid, I'll let you allude to him.
Well,
Coach.
like I said before, Coach, he just has that matter of fact, like, I get it type of game. You know what I mean? He just gets it, Coach. I mean, he's not a guy that's going to just go outside of himself and just try to be a spectacular on every play, Coach. He's not going to do that. He's going to take his time. Even on the fast break, he's going to take his time. He's not being rushed on the fast break. He avoids defenders, Coach, on the fast break and scores around the rim with ease. You know what I mean? He did it multiple times, Coach, avoiding charges. His jump shot wasn't on. He wasn't trying to force the jump shot to go down. He took a couple. It wasn't his night. He took the ball to the rim, Coach.
Yes.
He's just a smart player who wants to win. He shoots shots to win, not shoot shots to pad his stats.
That's a fact.
You know what I mean? I love the way the kid approaches the game. That's bottom line.
Yeah, and then with LJ Randall also, the point guard for that squad. I mean, he picks his spots too. Those guys play together. And like I said, Coach Greg L over there does a good job with getting these guys playing. It's no wonder they was ranked number 2 in New York State in the Class B division.
That's right.
And it speaks for itself. I mean, the Black Horses did their best to stick around, but you saw a Schelmont-laden team that would just distance himself as this game went on.
It was too much of them. I like Coach Nick Boyd as well, Coach. He gives them extra possessions with his rebounding ability, tall frame, 6'4" frame.
Yep.
He helps Odell and Randall inside a lot of times. Their defense that Coach Luciano uses, Coach, has been working for him, and it seems to be very impressive, at times during the season. So, let's talk about Schuylerville, Coach, the Black Horses. I like one particular player, the sophomore Rutland coach, who just got it in that game. His jump shot is almost in flago. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He's a lefty. So talk about him a little bit, Coach.
Caden Rutland, like I said, much like Boyle from Johnstown, came, was like, yo, I'm going to play.
Right.
And I'm going to leave it all on the court. And from a sophomore to be able to come into that kind of environment and, do him and keep them as relevant as much as possible, I thought it was fabulous. I thought he did a terrific job. So I give my hats off to him. I mean, he ended up with 19 through my calculations. And he had his foul trouble at one point as well,
Yes, he did.
where
Yes,
he had
he
to
did.
kind of do a defensive, offensive substitution,
Right.
which I give the coach a lot of credit. He managed that very well.
Right.
But, we look for more from Rutland. I expect to see him a lot more and hear from him a lot more and doing some special things only as a sophomore.
No question about it. No question about it. Again, Schamont Sabres win that 65 over the 65-42 over the Schuylerville Black Horses. All right, Coach. That's the week in review, Coach. That's what we did. That's all the work that we covered in a short amount of time, Coach. We're putting that work in. All right.
Boy.
So give us a shout out there if you're feeling us. You know what I mean? If you like what we do.